The Tu-95 Bear, a Cold War legend that refuses to die. The Tu-95, nicknamed the Bear, was a propeller-driven long-range strategic bomber developed by the Tupolev Design Bureau. Its technological roots can be traced back to the legacy of the German aviation industry. World War II ended with Japan acquiring 2 atomic bombs, and the ensuing silence reshaped the global balance of power. The United States possessed not only the atomic bomb, but also the long-range bombers to deliver it. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union was in a vulnerable position. It had not yet completed its atomic bomb development, and it lacked any means to deliver it to the United States. It wasn't until 1949 that the Soviet Union successfully tested an atomic bomb, effectively narrowing the nuclear gap. However, delivering it globally remained a challenge. The Soviet Union's only remaining weapon was a copy of the American B-29 bomber that had been forced to land in the Soviet Union. It performed well as a deterrent, but it was obsolete the moment it rolled off the production line. The United States had already taken the lead with jet-powered bombers like the B-47 and had officially begun developing its next, more advanced weapon, the B-52. The Soviet Union's attempt to scale up the Tu-4 into the Tu-85 was unsuccessful, as its performance fell short of expectations. The Kremlin realized a radical new design was needed, and 2 major design bureaus entered into a competition. Myasishchev opted for a jet bomber, while Tupolev bet on a turboprop. The real breakthrough for Tupolev came from the German. Leveraging knowledge gained from Nazi Germany and the talents of German engineers, Soviet engineers were able to transform the theoretical German IK-22 into the most powerful turboprop engine ever built, the Kuznetsov NK-12. It remains the most powerful turboprop engine to this day. The performance figures for the NK-12 were almost unbelievable for a propeller-driven aircraft. The Tu-95 prototype, which first flew in 1952, was initially equipped with 2 TV-2F engines. In 1953, a tragic crash occurred, but the project was not derailed. Instead, 4 NK-12 engines were used, equipped with independent gearboxes to simplify the design. The aircraft remained extremely noisy, but its combination of speed, range, and lift was revolutionary. It officially entered service in 1956, and in 1958 it demonstrated its capabilities by completing a non-stop flight of 17,100 kilometers. This feat of endurance amazed Western observers. The NK-12 engines, each producing 15,000 shaft horsepower, had contra-rotating propeller blades that allowed their tips to spin at supersonic speeds without loss of efficiency, defying the conventional wisdom that propeller-driven aircraft cannot fly supersonic. The only drawback is that the sonic boom produced can be clearly heard tens of kilometers away. Initially, the Tu-95 was a free-fall bomb delivery platform. However, in the 1960s, the Tu-95K was equipped with a massive K-20 missile capable of standoff delivery from a safe distance, making the bomber more of a missile launcher. During the Cold War, the Tu-95 was a key tool of strategic deterrence. Its regular flights near NATO borders prompted countless interceptions by Western fighters. Because of its extremely noisy nature, NATO pilots could hear it approaching before it appeared on radar. In the 1980s, the Tu-95MS underwent a major upgrade, enabling it to launch K-55 long-range cruise missiles. It could carry 6 missiles internally, with additional payload capacity on lower pylon. After the Soviet Union's collapse, Ukraine inherited approximately 70 Tu-95s, but due to economic difficulties and external pressure, all were eventually destroyed. In 2010, Russia launched an MSM upgrade. The tail turret was removed and replaced with the Meteor M2 electronic warfare gunship, a modern digital cockpit and star radar system, and KH-101 and 102 cruise missiles were added to the arsenal. In February 2022, after the full-scale outbreak of the Russo-Ukrainian conflict, Tu-95s launched strikes from Russian territory, targeting Ukrainian urban energy facilities, logistical and military targets. A single strike could unleash dozens of missiles, making them high-value targets. Some drones that struck Tu-95s failed to explode or caused only limited damage. Once destroyed, these aircraft cannot be rebuilt or reordered. Rumors suggest the Tu-95 will be retired in 2040, possibly replaced by the upcoming Qatar stealth bomber. The Tu-95 leaves us not only a legend in military history, but also a key figure in the history of equipment development. A truly classic design is always built on a perfect balance between needs and capabilities. In this era dominated by stealth fighters, the Tu-95 continues to embody the essence of strategic deterrence in the simplest way. Presence is power. What are your thoughts on the Tu-95's incredible longevity? Share your perspective in the comments below.